What about your party?
Yeah, of the truth, I want to say before I even get it straight to your answer,
answer the question.
Yes, the APC as a political party, after all,
I'm asking about the PDP.
Yes, I'm going to take it. The PDP were yet to organize it. Of course, the PDP is a clear party. We are saying until we get there, for now, we have an incumbent governor who is doing exceptionally well. However, our body expression of the constitution of the party says that every card-carrying member of the party has the capacity and the right to go for any election that he or she deems necessary. Therefore, the contours are open for whoever wants to contest, but that's a different ballgame. The critical issue I want to say briefly is that APC as a political party has things.
I
have. You had the right. I am saying that.
How many have shown interest from the PDP?
No person running for the governorship except the incumbent governor.
Except the incumbent, okay.
As it stands now. Okay. And that's why I'm saying on the other side, my very good friend here, the Prince, said the governor hasn't done pretty well in terms of security. However, there are some improvements. But let me say this. Before 2012, there were 5 solid years that one of the person who is, leading the APC, with due respect to our former governor, he held sway in Bayelsa State, and I described that without any apology as the 5 years of Holocaust in Bayelsa State. And the gentleman Prince is aware. A day hardly passed that we'd never counted like 10, 15 corpses in the streets of Enigua. Husbands are still missing to today. I doubt whether there is any family in Bayelsa State that has not lost a loved one within those 5 years of the Holocaust. I tell you, kidnapping, crico-terrorist activities was the other day. I'll not go further. Bayelsa State was rated as the most unsafe state in this country. I beg anybody who is having access to data, security data in this country, to dispute these facts. It was rated within the Commonwealth, within the sub-Saharan Africa. There is a state in Nigeria called Bayelsa, the most unsafe. And lo and behold, the emergence of a gentleman. The sheriff then, who was a police officer, a legal icon, who read in between the contours of the law at the National Assembly. He said, I want to lead. Would you allow me? The people said, we know you. You had the job mentality. Come and do it. And it changed Bayelsa State. Let me quote the words of the United States Under Secretary of State for Africa. A few months back, he was in Bayelsa State. He said, this state is not only the safest, but in my 33 years of sojourn as a diplomat of the United States, I've crisscrossed the entire world. I've never slept in any African state for 2 nights. I did in Bayelsa State. I drove around the night against even security advice.
In darkness.
And let me say this, very important. Look, this is very important. I did not interject while you were making a statement, so let's respect our audience. We are on national television. And you know what? He said, I am pleased with what I have seen, and let the world understand that, after all, Nigerians can do their thing right. Bayelsa State is very safe. He talked about education. And let me say it for the record, because anything I say is verifiable. This administration came at a time when education in Bayelsa, the educational sector, was completely, grossly neglected and abandoned. And let me say this. Today in Bayelsa State, under the restoration government of Henry Sedake Dixon, 427 primary schools have been built. I'm just talking about primary schools.
Okay.
Exclude renovations. And if he talks about, come on.
Hi, Chief, excuse me. So all this is happening, yet people are defecting.
Beautiful. The defectees.
What is the reason for them running away from the party? I know that one of the reasons they have given is that the party has been hijacked by the incumbent governor.
Oh, it is not possible. A governor that allows you to talk, a governor that consults the people. This governor does not take any decision whatsoever without consulting all stakeholders.
So why the exodus?
Yes, that's what I want to say.
Yes.
With all respect to my friend here, who incidentally is a governorship aspirant of his party, it worries me to look even at his face, because he does not belong to that climb, the climb of the APC, because these defectors are greedy, greedy betrayers, people who are doing that for self-aggrandizement. No, with all respect, the reason being
I'm
that
not a defector.
These gentlemen, come on, my praise, we're having it good before coming to the studio. Let's make to understand it.
Yeah.
And what I'm saying is that over 98 or 99.9, excluding him, perhaps, left the party for personal reasons. What are the personal reasons? They believe that the governor giving education to all Bayelsans is a crime. They believe that only their children can go to Harvard, Oxford, Manchester, Coventry University, and young children in Bayelsa shouldn't. Let me say it for the records. This governor has sent 1,486 Bayelsans across the best universities in the world. Not in Nigeria, outside the globe. Now, meaning that all children of Bayelsa extraction, whether you're a palm quarter's child, whether you're a fisherman's, whether you're a lame person, doesn't matter, physically challenged. But the truth is this. Every Bayelsan that tries this exam and you pass, because it's not organized by the Bayelsa State Ministry of Education, these universities come up on Bayelsa State. And that's the story. The story of we having over 486 Bayelsans running their PhD across the best university in the world.
Okay.
This is the projection we're saying.
All right.
We're
coming back because I was going to ask a question.
Yes,
I was going to ask you a question. Since you mentioned the issue of scholarship,
yes,
about 1,486, you said,
yes,
students, are they being owed 22 months?
Wonderful. We run a transparent system that does not believe in
Are
liars.
they being owed?
No, let me answer a very simple question.
Yes.
We are undergoing a very trying time.
Yes or
yes,
no?
no, if you say yes or no,
yes or
then
no.
no, it's not a leading question.
No, you cannot
Because we're
explain.
educated,
Yes,
yes,
or no?
yes, we are owned, but not the way you're saying it.
Okay.
And that's why I want to put it in right
Okay.
perspectives. One, good intentions to send our children across the globe so that they'll be able to compete with their folks all across the world. But the thing is, because of the dwindling resources we are having today, which is a global phenomenon, a national disaster, we are having some challenges. But even as we're talking now, the government is reaching out, the government rather is reaching out to the universities. It is true, our children are having some challenges, but we're looking at first the intentment. Why did the governor decide to do this for our people? That is one. Two, are the children returned back home? No, they are still there in school, having some challenges. About 2 months back, the governor just sent the Commissioner of Education and a very high-powered delegation of government to go to the universities across the world, pay some monies and renegotiate for our children to continue the process. And look at it, even at the national level, Bayelsans and Nigerians indeed who are enjoying foreign scholarships.
So
how many
months are they being owed?
A couple of months, but if you say 26 a month, that is not realistic.
Okay, it's not up to 22.
No, but we
it's
are
up
owing
to, like,
some months.
it's about five.
It's about 22.
No.
It's about it.
Yes,
okay,
no,
let's
yeah,
come back
yes.
to you. You wanted to weigh in
Yes,
on
I want to
education.
talk about education. Bursaries. When was the last time this government paid bursary? We saw the dramatization on TV, giving checks to the essay on education to go and pay school fees.
Yeah.
My son is a year 3 student in university. Throughout his 3 years in university, he has not seen 1 naira. He has not received 1 naira from Bayelsa State Government as treasury. And the story is the same for all of in NU alone. We have about 90% of the students there that have not received bursary from this government. And if you deny a child that support that he needs so much while growing up, how can that child be patriotic to the state?
Has your child benefited at all
Not
from
at
the
all.
bursary?
Not at all.
After 3 years in
Yes, and I
university?
also have foster children who have my other people I support in school who are not also who have not received at all. So scholarships you're not paying, bursary you're not paying, free education that is supposed to be free is not free. Come on, it's a failure on education as far as that sector is concerned.
But
this government
what he
has
said
done
about
well.
the primary schools,
Yeah.
is it true?
They are you initiated and not completed. All the blame today in Bayelsa is because dwindling economy.
Initiated,
Roads,
but
not
they've started.
Roads, yes, initiated, but not in this number. Initiated, but you say dwindling economy. So if you plan, you must plan. A government that cannot plan should not continue in office.
Okay,
So the problem of this government is lack of planning.
Let me
lack
ask
of
you.
focus.
Okay, someone talked about the issue of infrastructure, Igbogene Road and Isaac Borough, I think, one of the roads they said started and abandoned. Is that true?
Correct. What does it take to dualize a road that's already in place? On just 6 months, if you're focused, you do that. This thing has been on since 2012. Till date, it's still there. So you have these projects littered everywhere, and I don't know how.
So they are projects.
They
It's not as
are.
if there are no projects.
They are littered.
Littered
You know
everywhere.
what I mean? Littered. If you're focused.
So is it
Now,
right?
let me
Is it
explain.
right when he said
Let me-
that the government before this one did nothing?
I am not here to hold brief for Timothy Silva. Okay. If you invite him, he will come and speak. Okay? But I know that the government of today showed promise and left governance and went into politics very, very early. This second tenure matter started when he was just about 6 months into governance. And he started dropping, he started blocking. In Bayelsa State today, we don't have a functional system. I call a system functional when the Ministry of Education is working, Ministry of Agric is working, okay? All departments of government working simultaneously because you have a budget. This government does not have respect for budget. I was Commissioner for Youth and Sports. I served under DSP Alamesia. The process of developing a budget is rigorous. You go through your departments, then you come up with your own proposal, and you now go to ESCO. You defend your proposal at ESCO. When it is okay, you now go to the assembly. this government allows people to go through all that process. Then it comes out as appropriation law. It's locked up. It decides what it does. So you have Ministry of Works working, Ministry of Education working, tourism. You know, you borrow money to even do your things. I know how much tourism the board of tourism is owing today. Big money. So sports, what youth and sports? I was commissioner for youth and sport. I said so. Our teams, all our teams are playing their games outside Bayelsa State. The girls are playing in Omoko. The boys are playing somewhere in Ogara or somewhere in Delta State. That's not, how do you, the woman who is supposed to make profits when Bayelsa United is playing at home, loses that profits to a counterpart who sells pure water in Ogara. You know, so a government, we need a government that is focused. This government has lost focus and must not be allowed to continue in office.